We're recording.
Oh shit! Here we go.
All right.
Two vets on R&R. We're live.
Back from the beach.
Oh.
I don't know what beach you guys.
You might be back from the beach.
Going to the beach next month.
There you go.
I don't know what beach y'all went to.
My name's Roger.
I'm Ray.
And we're joined today with
Melody.
Melody. Some of you guys might know her. Some of you guys may not know her. If you don't know her, you will get to know her here shortly.
God help you.
She's
God help
she's
you.
a different person for sure. She definitely has a lot of energy. And
Well, it's, tomorrow.
yeah, it's
Fair.
tomorrow. That is true.
Fair.
And she's traveled all the way from Charleston, South Carolina.
Yep.
How long was that drive?
6 hours?
It was supposed to be 6 hours, but thank you, traffic, and everybody burning their brakes in Atlanta. It was more like 7.5.
Thank you, AT Aliens.
Yes.
AT Aliens.
Yeah.
Which is why they couldn't pay me $500,000 to take a job in Atlanta.
No joke.
I just couldn't do it.
No gracias.
No.
I mean, the lawyers would cost more than that.
I mean, I grew up in LA, and that's where I learned to drive.
Ooh.
And driving in Atlanta normally is like, these are my people. Like, do you really drive in Atlanta if you don't swap paint with somebody?
Sheesh.
Rebels racing.
I'm just saying, it's full contact driving, guys.
Yeah.
And people who have only driven on like 2-lane country roads, y'all don't get
Yeah,
it.
San Diego ain't any different.
Yeah.
I drove through San Diego one time and Jesus.
Too much, man.
I think the speed limit was probably 65 at best. I don't know.
And
That's
it's
a suggestion.
15 or 80.
No, you had to have gone 80 in the slow lane,
Yeah.
and that's to get out of the way from everybody else driving around. Which
That
is
is-
fucking weird.
It is a fact. And the best part is like, in Atlanta there's 4 lanes, but these two over here, you have to get off whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
And they're going 90. These people are going 90. And if you can't find your way over,
SOL.
you're now off the freeway. You're welcome.
Sad news, friend.
Sad news, friend. You're now in downtown Atlanta, and you're probably going to get jacked.
Go to the varsity and catch a tech game.
Shout out to all the people that live in Atlanta and LA.
If you live in a major city where...
Any city.
Any major city where there are more than 2 lanes on your major interstate,
Yeah.
congratulations.
While we're
And
giving,
you can keep it.
giving shout outs to the Axe House in Cleveland. Yes.
Yeah. Tabitha and
Tabitha.
David. Boom, boom.
And also, I guess Elm City as well.
Boom, boom.
And Captain America.
That's right. Captain America.
That's right.
America.
He watches our podcast and listens to.
Captain America
Yeah,
does?
he's a subscriber.
He's a fan.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Chris Evans.
Yeah.
Isn't that Chris Evans?
Well, there's now a new Captain America.
Oh.
Have you watched that?
I have.
What's his name?
I have not a clue.
Better
Him
question.
named Captain.
Him named Captain
America.
Oh my god.
Uh-oh.
Better question. Is he cute?
And
And
Aw.
holding.
What'd you press?
Just hit record.
Task in progress. Is it eating a dick or something?
Well, it's because the camera didn't know we were doing something.
Oh.
Can you hit record?
No memory card. Well,
Hand me that camera bag. We're still recording. We're still going.
are we really?
This-
Oh, on the
this
laptop?
This is
Yeah.
us rolling with it.
I like it. Technical difficulties brought to you by
Sit. Malfunction.
Malfunction.
Malfunction Junction.
I don't know where I put the other memory cards.
If it was up your butt spent in glitter, you'd know.
But it's not up my butt or spinning glitter.
Well, God damn
And
it,
I
Ray.
don't know.
What good are you? Jesus.
Put that in there and see if it works.
That's what she said.
That is exactly what she said. Boom. If it asks to format that, tell it no, and let me hold it again.
So,
Hit record.
No scenes. Well, fuck.
okay. So where's the record? Right here?
It should be a red button.
Usually there's a red light.
Yep. It's recording.
Okay.
You sure?
Yep.
Nope.
Outstanding.
Hey, look
Put
at
this bag
that.
back somewhere else.
Old folks.
Grab a
technology.
complimentary drink.
Hey, brought to you by El Taco and a classy coaster.
Yeah. So, anyways,
As I was saying,
Captain America.
Captain America. No,
Yeah.
we just moved on from that.
just moved on.
Oh,
Anyway, so tomorrow, or today rather,
later on.
a little later on today.
A little later on today.
we'll be doing a Big Axe Marathon.
I guess we should tell them what today is.
Yeah.
Today is technically
Saturday, April 30th.
Yeah, last day of April. I think today is also what they call Kids Day or something, isn't it? International or National Kids Day.
Man, fuck them kids. Move on.
Sounds made up.
Your story, we'll let you tell it.
Roll with it, man. We don't know.
Alright, so what's a marathon then?
Yeah, so Big Axe Marathon starting at 9:30.
So basically, what it is, since Roger got real bashful out of nowhere.
Oh,
No, not bashful. I just want
he
Just
just wants to share the
to
love,
spread the love.
share the airwaves.
Yeah.
Bless.
Bless.
Sharing is caring.
what is a marathon league for those newbies or people that are non-axe throwers? Because we do have non-axe thrower followers, by the way.
Really?
Yes.
That's intriguing.
That's
People who don't
So-
throw axes?
Yeah. So every time
crazy,
every
isn't it?
time we say something about axe throwing, we kind of have to break it down a little bit so newbies and stuff that are
Barn
outside
style.
looking in can understand.
Heard that. Okay, so a season of axe throwing. Well played. A season of axe throwing is 8 weeks. Now, generally, you go to your venue and you throw 4 matches a week for 7 weeks, and that determines your seeding, boop, 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 your order for the tournament at the end. And then you play your tournament, which is a double elimination tournament, to determine your league winner. Cool. If you don't happen to have 8 weeks to kill or a night that you can go repeatedly once a night or once a week, we just do it all in one day. And it sounds like a lot, and it is.
It can be.
It can very much so be. So
Especially if you drank the night before and
Or stayed up doing a podcast in the middle of the night.
yeah.
The night
Or-
before.
or you decide to start a Big Axe Marathon League at 10:30 at night on Super Bowl Sunday and don't finish till 3 a.m.
Go ahead and ask us how we know this.
We've learned from experience.
So yeah.
So the difference between regular hatchet and Big Axe is it's only 5 throws. So you would think, oh, it's going to go a lot faster, and you would be incorrect. Because a lot of times we need to take more breaks because instead of throwing a little
2 pound
2-pound maximum
sharp gadget.
little axe, which is all cute and fine and well, we're throwing a 3-pound minimum bigger axe.
We didn't bring any, did we?
We did not bring it.
Oh, damn.
No visual props, sorry.
No visual aids.
Next time, maybe.
We'll do better next time.
We'll do better. But it's a lot heavier. It's less throws. It's heavier. It's still long. It's 28 games followed by a tournament.
Yeah.
So that's how that works.
The Ray's going to win. You heard it here first.
So yeah,
No, he's not.
that's if you're wondering how many throws that is. There's 5 throws a match. You're throwing 4 matches. That's
It's best 2 or 3.
best 2 of 3. No, not
No, for
league.
the regular season.
For regular season.
Oh, my bad.
I did the math on this at one point.
So that's 20 throws a week.
20 times 8.
No, 20 times
20,
7.
20 times 7.
Which is
140.
140. Plus the amount of warm-up throws that each person gets, which is 5 warm-up throws each beginning of the week.
Usually around.
So if you take them all, that's 135,
that's a lot.
175.
Plus the additional 1 practice throw per other game.
So that's 3 is 21,
Carry
175,
the
196.
So we're and depending on how far you go into the tournament, you're looking at up to 200 to 225 throws.
Yeah.
However,
And then it's the best 2 out of 3 for the tournament situation.
And that's not counting overtime.
And that's not counting overtime. So
what we're getting at is it's a lot of fucking throws. It's a real stamina game. We're gonna need all of the caffeine. I will take 7 caffeines, please.
And all of the support. I will take all of the support, please.
Yes. Anybody who is planning on doing a marathon league anytime, ever, there's 2 tips I will give you. Hydrate. Okay, I'm sorry, 3 tips. Caffeinate.
Just the tips.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's all you need. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Caffeinate, hydrate, and for the love of God and your feet, bring a spare pair of socks and change your socks right around midweek 3 or 4. Your feet will thank you. If you have spare shoes, change your shoes. It'll change your life.
And bring snacks.
Oh my God, yes.
Snacks.
I mean, do you see what's on the back of my shirt?
Well, they don't yet, but now they
Snacks.
Can they see it now?
Yep.
do. They can.
Yeah.
So
Always have food.
Melody's
Always.
well known.
yeah, when the first tournament that we went to in person, which was in Ohio,
Throw
to be
Ohio.
exact, Timber
Medina?
Beast.
Yep.
Yeah, Medina,
2020.
not to be confused with Medina.
The funky cold
The
Medina.
funky cold Medina.
I still call it Medina.
Medina. We'll let you be the judge.
Medina.
However, the folks that live in that area will tell you you're wrong.
I'm always wrong. I don't give a
Yeah.
damn.
So we went to that tournament, and Melody had all of the snacks. What all did you have?
I brought my all. Okay, so I didn't know what to expect at a tournament because it was my first one.
Mine too.
It was a
Mine
lot of
too.
ours first tournament, and we were just coming out of quarantine, and I'd only been back to work for like 3 weeks. So needless to say, most of us did not have a good food budget. So I just brought all the food, and I just assumed I would just eat what I brought and not go out to eat because why? So I made probably close to 50 little slider sandwiches, brought like 10 bags of chips, Cliff Bars, more Cliff Bars, all the Slim Jims.
All the Slim Jims.
All the Slim Jims.
And it's become kind of a staple. Like, nobody likes a hangry axe thrower. So now, every time we've gone back to Ohio, which I went back last year, these losers ditched me, but that's fine.
It's true.
Sad panda.
Sad Panda. I was real sad Panda. But you know who wasn't sad Panda? Everybody who ate my sandwiches.
I was gonna say everybody whose stomach was filled.
Yep. If I'm at a tournament, you will not go hungry.
Melody's solid for Slim Jims, Bangs, and Red Bulls.
Damn
Yeah.
right. By the way, I have some that I need to put in the fridge when we get to the house. Because
Sounds like it.
some people drink coffee.
Yeah.
Not me.
I drink coffee, but not for while I'm throwing. So I feel like whenever I eat like fast food shit, grease and shit like that, or sodas and shit, bangs or caffeine, essentially, my throwing tends to get a little bit off.
Load his ass.
So I
I
do
plan
not.
on
I stay away from all of that. I would deny every bit of it, so don't come my way with the snacks.
He's a goddamn liar. And he is going to eat some snacks.
Are we still talking about going to Oakwood?
Sure.
Oakwood.
Breakfast.
Oh yeah. Surprise. So breakfast in the morning.
Is that the place we went to last time I was here? Or the first time I came up here?
Maybe. Was it?
I don't know.
I don't
I
remember.
don't know.
Evan
We'll
met
find out
us-
in the morning.
I guess. Evan met us. That's where I picked up Big Sparky. My very first big axe that I don't throw anymore.
Not sure.
But I'm never going to get rid of it. Evan Sparkman, I'm never getting rid of that
Shout out
axe.
to Evan Sparkman.
Big shout out.
I tried to buy it from her, and she would not sell it to me.
That is 100% accurate.
She did, however, let me throw it.
I did. And he did better than me.
I did.
Dick.
That's what happened when Ray let me throw his big axe in my first big axe tournament.
Which was another Agdor just like Sparky.
Yep.
It might have been an inch or two shorter or something.
Was that at Throw Ohio too? Because we all threw
No,
big
this
axe
one.
at
This
Throw
one
Ohio.
was. I didn't throw big axe.
I threw James's Agdor that had already been done by Old Town.
Yes. But
I threw a bullshit waddle axe.
So my first
Great.
big axe tournament was
Regionals in Greenville.
yes,
And you got
No.
like third place.
I tied fifth place with like
No. You
Yeah.
threw big axe at Ironclad, didn't you?
Nope, that was my first
No.
big X.
Oh shit, my very first
No,
big axe.
that was my second big X because I threw it through Ohio.
Yeah, you did.
yeah you did you Stacy Brady
Every-
Evan and James.
That's the first time I
Yeah.
threw big X one-handed.
Oh.
That's when I changed my throw. Brady showed me how to throw it.
Shout out to Brady.
Thanks, Brady. So yeah,
I will say this about my very first big axe experience, other than being an idiot in my backyard. I had to throw against Shane Shep. anybody who knows.
I heard he's pretty good.
Yeah, he kind of won that tournament.
In Big X?
Yeah, he
Where
won.
was this at?
2020 through Ohio
Yeah.
at Timberbeast. I was his very first match.
I drank since then. I can't remember.
You were drinking at that tournament.
We got hammered
That's
at
true.
that tournament.
That's very true. And we played cornhole.
Shout out to damn it, what's his name?
Johnny Tran?
No.
Jason Yelm?
Jason.
No.
Yelm.
Oh,
Oh, Ron Crumpler.
Shout out to Ron Crumpler.
Real quick, let's give props where props are due. Ron Crumpler is really making a turnaround, and I'm real proud.
Oh yes.
I'm real proud of Ron. And
What is he? 6 months now?
I believe so.
It was Worlds. Worlds was the last time he drank, right? He got on the wagon after Worlds
might have been.
because he had a real bad night the first night at Worlds.
I'm real proud of his personal progress.
Absolutely.
And whatever journey he's taking, it seems to be working, and I can't applaud that effort enough.
Shout out to you, Ron Crumpler.
You're the man, Ron,
And
I
if
can't.
you don't follow us or listening and watching this, people that know him, go ahead and feel free to tag him, let him know that we're giving him his flowers.
His flowers?
Yeah, give flowers what flowers are due.
Give flowers what flowers do. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Giving him his flowers. Hey, I bet you he'll appreciate them flowers too.
He will.
100%. 100%.
100%.
But while we're on that conversation, I'm gonna give a shout out to Mel, who I don't know when Mel gave up drinking, but the fact that she has been able to stay not drinking in this group of people
amongst all of
is
us,
huge.
It'll
Shout
be
out
6
to you.
years in June.
Fantastic.
I think it's 6 years. I don't know. I don't count 2020 because that whole year's a wash. I mean, I didn't drink or
Worse.
anything.
Worse.
She always finds a way to work in the washing machine.
I don't know if we shared this.
The Maytag man right here.
Go ahead, Ray. If you feel like explaining,
no, I'm
I
good,
think the
I'm
people
good.
might want to know what you mean by washing machine.
I have not yet given up drinking.
Neither has.
Though I
neither
clearly
has
has had some experiences where I should have.
Ray just found out tonight that we referred to him as white girl wasted because he threw up in a washing machine in Kinston.
This is what happens when you slam whiskey like you slam beer.
And mead and
He yacked first, though.
he
yacked first.
It was
You
a spit up.
No. It was.
I came back and took another shot.
This is the reason why I threw up in a washing machine.
But yours was a load that came out.
All
right, go ahead.
I really just want to say.
What were we drinking? That's the question.
Whiskey. We were slamming glasses of whiskey.
We had
you
scotch, we had
Yeah,
bourbon,
you
we
guys-
had
Bleach.
mead.
We had
Right
a
now.
damn liquor store
Yeah, at least.
and no common sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we taught Mills how to play
Spades.
spades.
Yeah, I don't remember how to play spades still. I learned how to play
We
spades the
probably
first time
didn't
drunk.
demonstrate very well
No, you
that
really
night.
didn't. You really
I was
didn't.
trying to teach her how to table talk without talking.
But while you were talking.
When your partner does this is what they're trying to tell you.
So we don't do that. Otherwise, I'm going to do this. Like, come on, Ray. Table talk. Table
Killing
talk.
me, Ray. Killing me.
So yeah, if you've never played spades, this is a really fun game. I think we explained this once or twice. I don't know if we've pushed it out though, but
I don't know.
we play a lot of board games.
We play a lot of all kinds of games.
Yes.
Mind games, board games, whatever.
Dice games,
Dice
video
games.
games, axe games,
Apparently drinking games.
drinking games.
Drinking games.
We're not so good at that.
I'm the
Shout out to
referee.
Ron Crumpler.
Shout out to Ron Crumpler for playing along.
I'm the referee of the drinking games because generally you need somebody sober to actually judge these things.
Yeah.
And I hate to say it, man. I've never seen anybody chug a beer like you do.
Well, I have. Raj introduced me to the only person I've ever met who can drink beer faster than me.
Dear
Yeah.
God.
Then it is wild.
Who?
He's done it twice.
2 or 3 times at least.
Multiple
2 on
times,
video.
but in 2 different settings.
Yeah. Oh, there you
2
go.
different points in
So
time.
2
Is this
different
somebody I
settings.
know?
I don't think you know him.
Oh, okay.
But it's 2 different settings, and each setting was multiple times, so it's
Yeah.
a for sure thing. Like,
Yikes, it wasn't a fluke?
No, not a
it
fluke.
definitely was not a fluke.
Give props where props are due.
I mean,
Yeah.
or flowers.
Pass some flowers off to Griff.
Well, yeah. Shout out to Griffin,
Thanks, Griffin.
Stanley only
Jesus.
boys.
SOBs.
Lord.
But yeah, he can definitely.
He can drink a damn beer.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
I won a beer chugging contest at a Harley Davidson rally in West Germany.
You win.
And Griff drank one faster than me. Repeatedly.
Yikes! I'll just be over here with my Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, it was wild.
Moving along.
Yikes!
So yeah, this first time
axe throwing.
Yeah, let's hear about. I hear.
Okay, so
Ray's got a.
So I went to. I used to work for a company out of Atlanta called SecureWorks, and we were contracted to Comcast Corporation in Philadelphia. So I made a couple business trips to Philadelphia, and one of the fellas up there had set up for us to go axe throwing. But
was it a venue or was it a?
It was a venue, and I'd have to go back and look at the pictures. I don't remember which one it was.
It wasn't the Philly space, was it?
No.
No.
Shout out to the Philly space.
Thanks, Philly space. But he hadn't made a reservation, so we couldn't get in that time. So the next time I went to Philadelphia, I made sure that me and the guy that I went to Philadelphia with on that trip, I made sure that we went to throw axes.
Yeah.
And we were there with a couple other people that we didn't know, but they did the one coach, one lane, and there were like 6 people there. So he was giving the safety spiel or whatever, you know. And then he's like, "Okay, who's ready to try it?" So you know me, give me that axe. I'm ready. Squirrel.
Oh no.
So
I see this ending badly.
So he's given this lesson. He's like a 6 foot tall bodybuild, like just a beast looking of a man, and he's standing on the left lane giving this speech. You know, about 3/4 of the way down the lane.
Oh, no.
He's like, "So who wants to try it?" I'm like, He said, "Okay." So I took that as okay. I picked up the axe and threw it. And he walks out of the lane very slowly.
Eyes probably wide the fuck open.
Wait until I'm out of the lane, please. My bad.
Oh my god.
So all that safety spiel they gave just went in one ear and out the other.
Right over your head.
He never once said,
Don't throw when somebody's down the lane. Pro tip. If you go axe throwing for your first time.
Don't throw us. So I'm a dart thrower for years and years and years. And in dart throwing, which clearly is not the same as axe throwing, but I did not make the distinction at the time. They're called chalkers. The people will stand next to the board and keep the score.
Right.
So that the people who are throwing in the matches don't have to waste time with mathing and whatnot.
Good.
So in my head, even though we were in the same cage, he was in another lane.
Yeah.
So that's how I got there. I would not have done that on purpose.
Well, it's like when I was coaching at the Bearded Axe before we burned down, we'd get a lot
Shout out to the Bearded Axe.
Shout out to the fire department, North Charleston, South Carolina.
And
God bless them too, Lord. But we'd get like the police and the firemen in there on their off days, or military guys that would come in, and they would not understand the concept of throw together, retrieve together, until I had to lay it out like this. I'm like, "Listen, dum-dums, do you guys go to firing ranges?" And they're like, "Well, yeah." I'm like, "Would you shoot your pistol while he's checking his target?" "Well, no, that's not how it works." I'm like, that's exactly how this works here.
Yeah. 100%.
Oh, so treat this like a gun range? Yes, genius. God.
That must have been Air Force cats, huh?
No, they don't give the Air Force guns.
Oh, you're right.
Come on, let's be real.
You know they had to be Marines.
It definitely was not Marines, I'll tell you that. Was it? Nice.
They hadn't had their crayons yet that day.
They didn't get to eat their orange crayons.
That's unfortunate.
That is very unfortunate.
They didn't eat their green safety crayons.
No,
All they had were the red unsafety crayons.
Yeah. So that means they unked the fire range then.
Yeah,
which
no
means
shit.
they did not pass.
You are a bolo at this
Do
station.
not pass go. Do not collect $200.
In fact, you owe us $200.
Yeah. So was that your first? When was your first time axe throwing though?
Oh, the first
or do you
time.
want me to tell you mine?
Oh yeah, no, yeah. You
so
go
mine
first.
was
You go
not
first.
as comical as yours or erroneous as yours.
What Roger's trying to say very discreetly is that he wasn't a dumbass. Continue.
Anyways,
At least that time.
I got into axe throwing. First time I threw an axe was I was deployed with the Marines and actually ended up injuring my wrist, my right wrist, which is my dominant hand that I used to throw.
There's a lot I can say right there that you just lined up so many jokes.
That's what she said.
Anyways, I broke my wrist and I had to fly back into the States. And so, with my right wrist being out of commission, I had my left hand able to throw, which I'm not really good throwing a football, throwing a basketball, drawing. I suck.
There's still all these jokes going through my head right now.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so my buddies and them, shout out to Scott and John Jeffries. Anyways, they were there. They were like, "Hey, we don't have nothing planned to do today. Do you want to come out and throw some axes and drink some beers?" So I heard beers, and I was like, "Yeah, let's do it." Right?
Sold.
Went out there, found the spot, and they were throwing axes, and I was like, "Hey, that's pretty cool. Let me try that." With my, I tried it, got it up there with my left hand, and surprisingly, I was getting them to stick. And I was like, "This is badass. All right, well, let me kick back, keep drinking." So did that, and then that was my first time axe throwing. But then after that, got surgery, strength in my right hand, went back and tried out axe throwing, and got it to stick. So I was like,
You got strength back in your right hand?
I got strength back in my right hand.
Was that before you met Maria?
Imagine how that worked.
That was definitely before you met Maria.
No, Maria was definitely in the picture.
I know, I'm just picking on you.
But she wasn't, but she was. So she came by and
we
visited
understand.
every now and then.
We see what you did there.
Yeah, we.
All the way home.
It wouldn't be a podcast without a Mel Dick joke in there, I'm just saying.
Yeah. So that was my first time axe throwing.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you threw with the wrong hand first and still liked it.
And still liked it.
That's
You must
dope.
have had a good coach.
Yeah. No, I did not have a good coach. Figured it out and did it myself. Observation. Watched them throw, figured out what they were doing wrong and see what I could do. And it sucks throwing with your left hand. You're not really coordinated, and so I was.
I understand. I have tried to throw with my left hand.
And so that actually started
not pretty.
started throwing left-handed, and I can throw left-handed every now and then. Probably average about 35 or so, 40 points.
Oh my god, I am left-handed, and that is my average.
Oh my god. Whoopsie. You gotta throw left-handed tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's settled.
Roger
and Mel are throwing left-handed tomorrow. Well, you're throwing right-handed.
I'm throwing both-handed. Suck it.
Highest one counts.
Oh my god.
Sixes!
How great of a game would that be? Throwing duels by yourself? Wait, I do that all the time.
Me too.
Woo! That's hands off.
All hands on desk, please, and thank you. So the first time I threw, it was kind of weird. I was trying to figure out how to be sober and social, which is not easy to do when all you've done for most of your life is get drunk and make an ass of yourself. So my friends took me to a food truck rodeo, and what that is there's a bunch of food trucks, and you buy tickets and you just get fat. It's great. And one of my friends...
Sounds like my kind of gig.
So no horses?
No horses. It's just...
Sad panda.
No, trust me. With all the food there, you don't need horses. Especially when you have axe throwing involved. One of my friend's kids, who was 10 at the time, comes up and she was like, "Hey, they're throwing axes over there." And I was like, "Cool, man." And she was like, "You look really angry." And I was like, "Well, it's not that I'm angry. I'm just... whatever." She's like, "Why don't you just go throw some axes? That might help." And I was,
That's probably the best advice.
Legit.
Find no fault in his life.
Yeah.
Legit, the wisdom of a 10-year-old who's now 13. I was like, "Well, go see how much it is." And she comes back and she's like, "It's $10. And I was like,
$10 hairs.
I was like, "Cool, I got $20. Let's both go." Well, at the time, she was too young. I guess and I wasn't her parent or guardian. We couldn't find her parent well, Cheyenne was there somewhere. We just didn't remember where we left Cheyenne. Yes, we
ditched
walked
her.
off. We ditched
her.
We ditched the adults. And she was like,
I need an adult on lane 1.
Yeah. Thank you for that.
The Mel's catchphrase.
I need an adult. So I paid my $10, and it was Blade and Bowl, Greenville. Well, it's now Blade and Bowl Greenville. They have a mobile unit. Blade and Bowl axe throwing is also up in Florence and in Savannah. So Ben and Dustin, cool guys, good organization. Shout outs there.
Ben and Dustin.
I do actually remember my very first coach's name. His name was Dale, and he handed me a big old thrashed up looking chunky ass S-wing.
I'm glad you said S-wing.
Yeah, no, it was definitely an S-wing. And
not to be confused with the East Wings?
Not to be confused with the East Wing. It's the S-wings. And he gave me the quick spiel, the rundown, and my very first throw was a 6.
Sixes!
Right? And he was like, I swear you've done this. And I'm like, no, I'm just super pissed off. And he's like, I should just walk away then. I said, yeah, that's probably for the best.
Swim away.
Swim away.
Just keep swimming.
Yes, I threw with all the anger that I had.
As most of us did.
Yeah, the very first time we threw, and I realized when I was done, I felt way better. I was like, well, that was magical.
Cheaper than therapy.
It is 100% cheaper than therapy. And then
I'm tired. I'm old, give out.
Hey, I drove all day today. I feel that. I'm tired too.
Yeah.
But that was the first time I threw, and then there was a venue that opened up. Started going there before work, and all my coworkers were like, "Oh my God, you should throw before work every day. You're actually,
You're so much nicer.
I'll pay for your ass throwing session if you do it.
you're actually nice when you come to work." I'm like,
Did you make better tips?
No, maybe, I don't know. I wore shorts the other day. I made a whole lot of money. I was like, "Whoa, I might be onto something."
And you weren't even tan, huh?
No, I'm tan and I'm white and flabby. It's gross.
But you caught a number.
I did.
Tip shorts still work.
I'm telling you, man. I framed those shorts.
Pro tip.
Pro tip.
Literally.
So, what kind of axe are you going to be throwing tomorrow?
It is a Plum National on a Mike King hung it. It is a Plum National. I really wish it was here because it's pretty glorious.
It's very, very beautiful.
Nice.
I'm just saying, there's a couple people that are super jealous and that really want it really bad, and they really can't have it.
Yeah.
Not for you.
Not for you, sucker.
What about you, Ray Dales?
I am throwing an Infinity Axe Woodsman.
Nice.
It is my favorite big axe so far, and
It's a nice big
and I've got them all
It is.
except for a Plum National on a Mike King handle.
Sorry.
For now.
Not for sale, bruh. Not for sale. We ain't playing for pinks.
Mm-hmm. You left it at the venue, right?
I'm
just asking.
I'm just saying, man. I know somebody who's got a whole shit ton of knives in their car and can find you real easy.
That makes two of us.
Oh, yeah, that's true, huh?
I'm sure there are other Plum Nationals, and Mike King will make more handles.
I'm pretty sure.
See,
you
so
might be right.
I think that logic
We can work
is
it
correct. Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Raj? What are you throwing tomorrow?
I will be throwing an Agdor.
Nice.
Like a Sparky, except not.
Yes. It's profiled by Old Town Cutlery. Shout out to Old Town Cutlery.
Whoop, Lee.
OTC.
Yeah, so it's a 24-inch handle.
Okay.
And I will be throwing one-handed.
I have not quite mastered the one-handed.
Nah.
She still whooped my butt like 7 out of 7 games.
Well, then Roger came up and just fucking put me right back in my place. So.
Thank you, Raj.
You're welcome.
Hey, it's cool, man. You wasted all your good throws tonight. It's fine.
Hey,
And
you're
then
probably
I beat
not
Roger
wrong.
once.
You're probably not wrong,
I
to be
mean,
honest.
Between the three of us, we all threw really good games, and tomorrow's going to be total dog
Yeah,
shit.
I
It's
threw
gonna
a
be
couple
great.
29s out of 32. 32 is the possible high score you can get.
Yep.
So you only have 5 throws, which means you could throw 4 bullseyes and 1 kill shot, which the bullseyes are worth 6 points, and the kill shot's worth 8. So if you hit
and
all
they're-
of that,
the bullseyes are about this big.
Inch and a half.
inch and a half. So
Same size as the kill shot.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's pretty intense for folks hitting 32s. I've only hit 31s a couple of times.
I think my best is a 30.
I had a 32 in my backyard, and my neighbor thought I had an accident because I started screaming, but she was like, "Oh, but I was counting with you. You got to 32. Is that good?"
Woo woo.
Yes, that is very good.
That was big axe or hatchet.
Big axe.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Yeah, I get 32s and half.
I've done that quite a few
Same.
times. I've had my share, so.
same.
But yeah, so tomorrow will definitely be a pretty big event.
Yeah.
Get it? Big event.
It's isn't
At
this your
Biggs.
first?
Yeah.
Is this your first Big Axe marathon?
Yeah,
At Biggs?
At Biggs, yep.
Is
This
it really?
the first big axe marathon at
Man, and
The
I was
first Big Axe Marathon.
I was at your first
That's
Biggs
big.
Biggs. That's a big
hatchet
event.
marathon.
That's true.
Yeah, that was the night that I decided to drive up here and sleep in the parking lot because I didn't get here till 6 a.m.
Not. Mel, wake up. Huh? What?
So,
it's okay. We're gonna.
We're friends, not foes.
Yeah. So, fun fact: I am really bad at keeping track of dates, and I thought that marathon league was on a Saturday. I thought it was on Sunday. Turns out it was on Saturday, and I had worked a double Friday.
Oh yeah, it was Saturday.
So I didn't get off work until 2 a.m. after working both jobs all day. So I get in my car,
Zoomed all the way over to Dalton,
and start driving.
Ass, and I don't mean like I was going a little over the speed limit. I'm talking like I made Georgia drivers scared, and got to the venue probably about 6:30 in the morning. Because I didn't want to wake anybody up and I didn't want to bother anybody, so I was like, fuck it, I'll just sleep in my car.
I told her to give me a call, whatever. We'll let her in, and, but she was like, no, I'll just be at the venue. Sure as shit, she was at the venue.
Passed out.
Slept for fucking 3 hours or something, maybe. If that.
Like maybe 2.
Woke up to chugging like a Bang or a Red Bull or something.
Pulled it right out of my cooler. I was like, let's fucking play.
Let's do it.
Yep.
Tonight will not be that issue. However, it's about to be 1 o'clock in the morning, so it's close to it.
It's not that bad.
Not that bad.
What time are we waking up tomorrow?
Time is breakfast, Raymundo.
I don't know what time the Oakwood opens. Let's take a look.
I'm still trying to figure out if that's where we went last time.
So I got a joke for you guys.
My life? Because my life is a joke.
There's probably plenty of followers who can relate.
I mean, let me tell you a funny joke. My life.
Opens at 7:30 a.m.
I'm not going to be anywhere at 7:30.
Check-in is at 9 for Big Axe.
Y'all can eat balls.
We will get started at 9:30. Axes fly at 9:30.
Can you just check us in right now?
Not right now. I don't have the deal in front of me.
Friends, we're checked in. It's fine.
We're good.
I
know a guy.
He knows a guy.
I know a guy with a key. I know 2 guys with keys.
She knows two guys.
And access to the check-in.
I know. I'm just saying. I can call Anthony Shumkoviak and be like, yo.
Check me in.
Check me in. And he probably could. Shout out to Anthony.
Shout out to Anthony.
Shout out to Anthony.
And the rest of the Council of Ryans. You guys do a kick-ass job.
A fucking outstanding job.
I don't know of any other group of people that find pleasure in spreadsheets, and honestly, I'm a little worried about you guys for it. But, you do a hell of a job, and if that's your thing, man, stick with it, because I can't math.
So what Melly is talking about is, in our accident community, we have a bunch of smart individuals who know how to manipulate these, what do you call them? Spreadsheets. See, I'm not as smart. They manipulate all these spreadsheets and stuff to help us throwers understand ranking situation, understand circuit point situation, understand whether or not a person's going to rate a world's bid, or what average points or what points does a certain person need to get in order to be at the top of the list, in order, XYZ, whatever it is. They do an outstanding job. They even did the spreadsheet or whatever for seating at tournaments now. So that's definitely the way that Waddle sanctioned tournaments are going to be using. So,
and the fact that every tournament they go through and they will make a spreadsheet of the ranking of, like, let's say the 3 of us all throw in a Waddle sanctioned tournament, whatever tier number, and that's a whole nother issue that we're not going to get into for the newbies. Let's just call it a tournament. And I go 0-2, like I always do. Ray goes 1-2, and Raj goes 2-2. Well, that's great. I mean, but what place did we come in? If we give it about 3 days, sometimes less, they'll come out with a spreadsheet that'll tell us, well, Roger got like 10th place, Ray got 12th place, and my ass is in dead last. So
13th.
Yeah, there you go. 13 is my lucky number. No, it isn't. But they'll do that for every single tournament, whether they throw in it or not. So it's a very helpful tool, and it makes those of us that went 1-2, which is not terrible, but
you won a game.
You won a game, so that just means you're not dead last.
Correct.
And just for the record, I was not dead last at Worlds.
Boom.
Whoop, whoop.
That was my only goal.
Um,
I was not the worst person there.
So, speaking of axe throwing and community type deal, Melly, as a female thrower, what can you say to help non-thrower females out there watching and or listening to encourage them to come out and axe throw with the rest of us?
It's cheaper than therapy, ladies. It's cheaper than therapy. I did a fundraiser for my sister's house. It's a domestic violence women's shelter, and they responded so well with it. And the reason I chose them is I want women to feel empowered in any way that they can. If they're in a situation where they don't feel like they have control, axe throwing is something they have control over. 100% empowerment. It's just you, the axe, and the board, and there's nothing else. It's something that's helped me gain a lot more confidence after going through a whole real bad rough patch in my life, where I was feeling real down and real not empowered. Is that a word?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Empowered.
Okay.
It's 2 words.
Okay. I don't know what the I don't know what
Empowered.
Unempowered?
I don't know what the correct verbiage is. Well, but whatever.
We'll go with powerless.
There we go. Actually, that is 100% spot on. But it gave me the confidence to know that I have maybe not control over a lot of things in my life, but for the next 5 minutes, I have control over what I do with that axe.
Yeah.
And it's a great social scene. I mean,
It really has been fantastic.
I made more friends throwing axes over quarantine than I think I had in my entire life.
Friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know of any other sport or community where I can call somebody and be like, in any state, hey, I'm driving through and I think I'm coming like near your area. Can I crash in your driveway for a few hours? Man, no. Just we'll leave the door unlocked. Just come on in and sleep on the couch. Throw the dog off the couch. You'll be fine. People I've only met like once or twice.
Yeah.
I've been offered couches, whatever. Just we're all in it.
Yeah.
We're all in it together, and we're just I think that's most of it. Especially for female throwers that might feel a little intimidated because it's like, oh, it's a guy's thing.
That's what I was gonna get to next. What would you say to these female throwers that look at it and be like, well, it's just a guy sport, so maybe I shouldn't join. Maybe I'll just watch, or maybe I won't even watch.
You know what? There are a lot of things that I think women start off thinking, oh, it's for guys only.
Right.
But look at the world that we're living in. I don't think there's anything that's gender specific anymore. There's literally I'm not trying to get any sort of political about it,
right,
in any way, shape, or form.
Right.
By any means, but I don't really think there's any sort of activity, a social activity, like a sport or something of that nature that is geared only towards one gender. And if in your thinking, you're thinking, oh, that's for boys only, you're only contributing to that. Get out there and try it.
Yep.
I mean, I know there's a lot of women out there that are competition pistol shooters and competition rifle shooters.
Yeah.
I'm not a big, huge fan of guns, but you know what? More power to you.
Right.
I mean, it's not for me, but
I like guns.
I've tried it.
So I think you've come down and you've thrown with our marathon leagues a couple of times and stuff.
Yeah.
And we've had pictures, we shared them and stuff like that, and we've actually gotten a lot of female customers that come in and asking about it. And
Really?
Yeah, well, they see
Awesome.
female throwers, and that makes them want to be more curious as to wanting to join, the league and stuff like that and get into it, which makes me happy. It makes me feel like we're doing something right.
Yeah, exactly.
Bringing in more people.
And even Tracy, my girlfriend.
Absolutely.
I love Tracy.
She has watched She watched for over a year before she ever tried to throw. And she threw a damn 49 last week.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Tracy.
Get it.
Shout out to Tracy.
Yeah.
Oh, I will say this. The venue that I throw at now in Orangeburg, Blackwater Axes and Ales in Orangeburg, South Carolina. Ty Merritt, Alan Waterford. You guys are doing a great job out there.
Shout out to you guys.
Shout out.
Rosemary.
You need to come up with a thing. Cheers.
Cheers.
Right? Little sign. Ding, ding, ding. Rosemary and Ty
a sign.
have been telling one of their daughters, for whatever reason, they think I'm good at this. They keep telling one of their daughters keeps asking, "Is Melody throwing tonight? What rank is she now?" And I don't see it as a big deal because I'm not that good. But there's like a 10-year-old kid out there that just thinks that wants to throw because she's seen me do it.
Yeah. That's fantastic.
And that's I'm only one person. And there are so many great female throwers out there. We got Kendra, Fran, Mandy, Leslie, Susie,
Anna Cole,
Anna, Kristen. I can't stop naming them.
Yeah, there's a bunch.
I mean, Leslie.
I did. I said Leslie.
Well, I said it twice then.
Oh, well, she is pretty good. I'm just saying.
Maria,
Tracy.
She's actually really good. Yeah.
Maria was my duels partner.
That's true.
That was fantastic.
That was amazing.
That was her first time throwing duels too, by the way.
I know.
Yeah.
We had so much fun.
They did better than us.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, sure too.
But that was my fault.
Well, you were
because that was the night after the washing machine.
Yeah, that's true too.
But I mean,
it was our fault.
Such a rough day. God.
There's so many good female throwers out there. If all of us can encourage one other woman or one other young girl to just try it. To just try it at least once.
So you coming onto the podcast wasn't that intent was to encourage females. It just popped in my head.
Well, it was a good idea.
It was definitely a good idea because I'm a venue owner, of course. I'm a thrower. I'm a referee.
He's not a female.
This, that, and the other, whatever. I'm not a female thrower.
He's definitely no lady.
But as a venue owner, when I get customers coming in, a lot of times there are a bunch of females and stuff. But
you had a group tonight. It was 3 females, and they started off.
They had a blast.
They started off very timid, I don't know. Yeah. By the end, man, they were killing it.
Yeah.
And they were having a blast.
And that's the thing is like when they get in, if they don't see any females throwing or if they don't know anything about females that actually throw and stuff like that, then they're more, like I said, back to the male sport type deal.
Right.
Which is funny though because as a venue owner, I can sit there and watch as the night goes on or whatever, and when the couples come in. 9 times out of 10, the lady ends up sticking the axe either before or getting the bullseye before the male does.
You know
9
why?
times out of 10.
You want to know why?
And I've heard this from multiple people, and I could write down on a piece of paper. I could tell you what Mel's about to say.
Go ahead.
We listen.
Boom. Boom.
We listen, and we don't. And I'm not trying to be an asshole about this, but I used to coach also. And we would get dates and couples and group dates in there. And I would the first thing I would say, besides the safety spiel, is just a heads up, and I'd always joke about it. Guys, this is not a game of strength. We are not trying to throw the axe through the wall. Ladies, I'm looking right at you, even though they knew I wasn't really talking to them. I just didn't want to loud out the guys who thought they were Thor.
I would. I do.
Oh, no. Well, it's funny because the girls always were like, that's so funny. You think I can do that? And I'm like, trust me, you'll get a bullseye way before this guy over here.
Yeah.
And then the guys are like, oh well, I used to play quarterback on the practice squad at Clemson's junior college. No lie, that actually came out of one dude's mouth. I looked at him. I said, "Bro, nobody cares.
Yeah.
We're not trying to win the Heisman."
Was that Spartanburg Middle School?
Right? I was like, "We're not trying to win the Heisman here. Stop trying to knock the axe through the wall because it's just going to bounce back even harder." And that made him mad. And I think it hurt his feelings. And he kept trying to throw it harder. Meanwhile, his 5'0" 90-pound girlfriend was like, "Bloop, bullseye. Oh, look, honey, look what I did." And he got so mad. It was really entertaining.
Yep.
So funny. Made me giggle.
Which is another thing. If you are that type of person who A, doesn't want to listen to the coach, or B, gets highly upset when you can't stick it, probably shouldn't be axe throwing.
No, it's not that you shouldn't be axe throwing.
There's another spot in your life you need some attention to be paid to.
Yes.
Well,
yes. When I say cheaper than therapy, well,
because if you can listen and if you're coachable,
you have to be coachable.
Then the experience of axe throwing definitely goes your way.
Well,
Yeah.
When we do Knife-tober at Old Town Cutlery every year,
Yeah.
we teach 6 and 7-year-olds how to stick axes and knives.
Yeah.
And that's because they listen.
Yeah.
I taught a 3-year-old
Coachable.
how to throw. I didn't realize. This was a large 3-year-old, man.
Jesus.
And I thought it was like a 5 or 6-year-old that may or may not have had special needs type deal.
Wow.
Because the speech pattern wasn't quite right. So I was like, okay, well, who am I to judge? 1. 2, you don't ask a child or the child's parents if there's any sort of, issue, because that's 1, none of your business, and 2, it's not my job.
True.
So when the little girl finally stuck it in the very bottom of the board, I was like, congratulations. We all celebrated and hugged and whatnot. And I said, how old are you? And she said, I'm free. And I said, what?
That's got to be a record.
Yeah, that's.
I've never showed a 3-year-old.
I
I
literally was like, the fuck? I think I might have even said, the fuck? I turned around and looked at her mom and I said, what did she say? Oh, she's going to be 4 in like 2 months. And I was like,
okay, but that's a little
no. I was like, oh no, this is, all I saw was liability, insurance.
Red flag.
She only wanted to stick the axe
Swim away.
I gave her a roll of quarters and she went to town on the skee ball machine. I was like, oh dear God, crisis
So
averted.
I've not taught a 3-year-old how to throw an axe, but I did teach a blind person how to throw an axe.
That's dope.
That was amazing.
That
was
is
an amazing
dope.
feeling. Yeah. He had a blast. Because at first, I don't think he was there to throw. I think he was just there to accompany his family and somebody's birthday, whatever. And then when they had like the last 10 minutes left or whatever, he built the courage, or they, asked him to come up and throw. And I was busy walking around or helping another group, and I looked over and I saw him getting up to the line and wanting to throw. So I was like,
oh shit.
Oh, so and then his son or somebody was trying to coach him, but obviously that was his first time throw. He didn't know what the hell he was talking about.
Right.
So I went over there to go help them out, see what they're doing, and I was like, oh, okay. So you want to throw? So I encouraged him and I taught him. I was like, all right, so this is a 2-pound S-wing. It's about 19 inches long. And you're standing 12 feet away. You're looking at the target. It's 5 2x10s.
He wasn't looking at anything, bro.
Well, you're facing the target. I see what you did there. You're facing the target, basically. Yeah, so I walked him down. I walked him all the way down, let him feel the target. Where, I was all right, this is the bullseye area and stuff like that. And I was all right, we're going to walk back 12 feet, and that's going to be the line. That's where you're going to throw. And so I held onto the axe while he was holding on. I was raising it up and down. I was like, this is what it feels like. And I was orienting him to
That's
the face.
dope.
Yeah, it was awesome. I was like, all right, this is where you want it to release. Now. I was doing that repetitive motion there. And he hit probably 2 or 3 5s. He hit multiple 4s.
Wow.
Yeah, it was. I don't know if we got a bullseye or not, but he definitely.
The fact he stuck it.
Yeah, absolutely.
For points.
Yeah, that made me fucking.
I mean, if
that's awesome.
Yeah,
for perspective on that,
it was a really good feeling.
Every now and then, like I get froggy. I'm like, man, I'm so good at this. I'm gonna throw with my eyes closed.
Right.
Nope.
Yeah.
That's a bad plan.
Well, so the deal with that is you just got to know your specs and you got to know what you're doing, and you really have to elaborate and explain what is going on, because I've learned that once a person is missing a certain sense in their body, all the other senses is heightened, essentially. Yeah. So in that case, if his eyes were out of the picture, essentially, you can listen, and I'm sure his listening skills are really sharp.
God, I hope so.
Which they were. Obviously, he stuck it.
Yeah.
And I mean, he was just on point. I mean, he was all right. So, and he'll miss it or something. I'll walk him up, and I'll be like, all right, this is where you hit. He'll feel it, and I'll be like, all right, now come to the right about 3 inches over. That's the bullseye right there. He's like, oh, okay. It's like, so you're aligned as far as height wise go,
right?
And so he will keep doing that, and I'll say, all right, you hit a 4, which is about 4 inches away from the bullseye, or whatever. Or if he hit a high 2 or something like that. I knew that was like 10 inches above the bullseye.
Okay.
So, and that's how he started to orient in his mind as to when he needed to let go and stuff like that.
That makes perfect sense,
Yeah.
actually.
Did you get that on video?
I didn't.
I bet he's.
Smack.
I got it right here and right here.
Yeah, but I don't have it.
What do you do now?
I mean, I got it right here. But
Lord.
Oh, not right here.
Y'all.
It's late. I'm tired.
I agree.
Amen. We got.
We're almost at an hour.
That's true.
Holy crap.
54 minutes.
We've ran our mouths for an entire hour?
Yeah.
An entire, just like that.
Just like that. That's how this goes. So some people might think we got this planned, or some people think we've got what do you call it?
Our only plan, our only script is, hey, you want to do a podcast tonight? Sure, let's do that. And then we realize we're missing cables and microphones and damn tripods and okay, now we're down to one camera and one mic.
I love the fact that I get here and I'm like, why are there lights? What the hell is going on? Whatever. It's fine.
So yeah, it was a blast. Real quick, for the joke of the day, of the night.
Oh no.
Joke of the night.
Christ.
What do you call a bee that works for the government?
I think I know I've heard this.
Possibly.
I'm gonna be real mad when you say the punch.
Bureaucrat.
No. That's a good one though.
Yeah. Oh. I'm gonna be real mad when you say what it is.
Don't say it yet. You gotta think about it for a second.
No.
Gotta let it sit.
It just
Gotta let it stew.
How many of these people like dad jokes? Because I will be saying a lot of them.
all right.
Go.
What do we call a bee that works for the government?
A politician.
Get the fuck out of here. Jesus Christ.
Hope you're not allergic to any of that.
We can tell the joke about the brothers, the Irish brothers.
We need James's
Shout
phone.
out to James Waldrop.
We need James's phone for that one.
Yeah. Well, Melly, thanks for joining us.
Thanks
on
for
this
having me,
podcast.
fellas.
Absolutely. Good luck tomorrow.
Good luck to you
Not
guys.
too much love.
Yeah. Calm down. All right.
Calm
Yeah,
down.
there we go.
Listen.
Ray wins. That's the game we're playing tomorrow. Ray wins.
Absolutely.
Stand by
Fuck no.
and you'll figure out who the real winner is. To be continued.
And then we can go visit Raj in the hospital.
Probably.
I mean, there is that.
I'm not above cheating to win. I'm just saying.
If you ain't cheating,
You ain't trying.
Oh my god.
And on that,
Axe
we're
on.
out.